Welcome. Today I'm sharing something really special with you. 5 gentle, powerful steps that can completely shift how you prepare for birth. If you've ever wondered, how can I feel more confident, more supported, more in control of my own birth story? This episode is for you. Hi, I'm Debra, director and host of the Orgasmic Birth Podcast. And welcome back. I'm so glad you're here with me today. When I sat down to create this episode, I thought about what I needed most when I was preparing for birth. And honestly, it wasn't more checklists or people telling me what could go wrong. It was encouragement. It was gentle reminders that birth could actually be loving, safe, and even pleasurable. And that's why I put together my new freebie for you, 25 gentle steps to a pleasurable, loving birth. It's totally free, and it's my way of giving you something I wish that I had in my hands during my own pregnancy journey. So today I want to give you a little taste of what's inside. I'll share 5 of the tips with some of my own stories sprinkled in. And these aren't just tips. They're things that truly shape the way I approach birth and motherhood and has supported the many people I've worked with around the world. So if you can, let's take a deep breath right now together. So breathing in deep through your nose and slowly exhaling, maybe letting a little sound go, letting your shoulders wiggle and relax, and just being fully present. Let's dive in as I share my tips and some stories. So tip 1 is comfort tools. One of my favorite parts of prepping with clients is exploring comfort measures and tools for labor and birth. It often is fun to set them all out in a room: birth balls, peanut balls, massage tools, a rebozo, birth slings, and stools. And I love the Cub, comfortable upright birth. Just seeing them all together changes something. Certainly, birth doesn't look like a passive act of laying in a bed. It is an active, powerful journey when your body and your baby are working together. And when people look at all that, I can see the light bulb going off. Clients realize, oh, I don't just have to endure this laying flat on my back. I can move, sway, dance, squat, lean, use gravity and upright positions. All of these things actually help your baby move, rotate, and to be born with ease. And I always love to say, don't take it lying down, stand and deliver. That's a shift from a passive act to an active act. It changes the whole story of birth. And the beauty is, you don't need to use every single tool. Start with just one. Maybe just practice on a birth ball or play around with upright positions that feel good now. The more comfortable you are with the tools before labor, the more natural they'll feel when the big day comes. So here's your step. Research or try one comfort measure. Breathe, touch, or a position or a tool that feels supportive. And notice how much more empowered you feel knowing you have options. Tip 2, journaling. One of the simplest yet most powerful practices during pregnancy is journaling. I often encourage my clients to write after each prenatal visit, not just about the medical details, but how they felt in that space. Did you feel cared for, respected? Did you have time to share what was on your heart emotionally, not just physically? One of my clients started doing this. At first, she didn't think so much about it. But after a couple of months, she went back and reread her entries. And there it was in black and white. She had been sharing her concerns and frequently felt dismissed. Reading her own words gave her clarity and courage. It was the push she needed to explore other options for care. And when she finally found a new caregiver, everything shifted. At her very first visit, the midwife asked permission before touching her belly and even spoke gently to her baby. My client cried right there in the room. She told me no one had ever touched me with caring hands before. Everything had always been through the wand of technology, not through human connection. Her journal gave her the evidence she needed to see that her feelings were valid, and it helped her make a change that literally transformed her birth experience. So here's your step. Take a few minutes after each appointment and write. Capture your fears, your joys, your insights. Over time, your own words will become a guide, pointing you toward what feels right and away from what doesn't. Capture all your fears and joys. What do you envision meeting your baby will be like for the first minutes? How are you feeling right now listening to these tips? That's a great first journal. I hope journaling will help you connect deeper to your inner wisdom. And if writing's not best for you, use audio and create an audio journal or picture journal. Some people do it all with images, but find some way to take a pause each day to capture your dreams, vision, and feelings. Are you curious about enhancing pleasure and easing discomfort in labor? Orgasmic Birth and Dame present the Pleasure Vibe Fin, a waterproof vibrator designed to empower your journey through pregnancy, birth, and beyond. Boost your oxytocin, ease discomfort naturally, and transform your birth into an empowered and even orgasmic experience. Plus, support postpartum healing and reconnect with your body. Are you ready to embrace the power of pleasure? Click below, learn more, and start your transformation today. Tip 3, education is power. I'll never forget watching my first gentle birth documentary. Until then, the only births I've ever seen were loud, dramatic, and scary as a part of movies or sitcoms. But these were different. They were calm, powerful, and full of trust. I hear this all the time when people watch our documentary, Orgasmic Birth, The Best Kept Secret. People write me saying, my mind went from birth is terrifying to birth can be beautiful. Partners also find the images, calm them, and give them a better idea of ways to offer support. It's not new skills you need to learn. It's just loving through labor, being present, and bringing your care. That's the power of education. When you read, watch, or listen to something new, it rewrites the stories you've been told. Even just 10 minutes a day can shift how you feel about birth. So your step is this. Find something new to read, listen, or watch about gentle, pleasurable birth. Maybe other episodes of our Orgasmic Birth podcast, as we feature so many birth stories that will inspire you. Notice how you feel as you watch, listen, or read about gentle, pleasurable birth. Does your body relax? Does your heart feel a little bit lighter? Maybe after this episode, you can choose one gentle resource to explore. Tip 4, notice how you feel about your birthplace options. I often hear, when I first imagined birth, I only thought of the hospital because that's what everyone I knew had done. But when I visited a birth center, something in me lit up. It felt like a warm, safe cocoon. And you know what? That gut reaction mattered. So here's your step. Take a few minutes today and notice how you feel about birthplace options, whether it's home, hospital, or birth center. Don't judge your feelings as you think of each of them. Just notice them. Which space makes your body relax when you imagine it? Which one feels right for you and your baby? That wisdom is already inside of you. If you haven't scheduled a tour of your local birth options, now's the time to do it. And check in with your body in each location. Where do you relax? Where do you see yourself feeling safe, private, and with the freedom to move and love yourself, your baby, and your partner during labor, birth, and the first hours of welcoming your baby into your arms? Trust you have the wisdom that will guide you to where the best place is, where you feel safest for birth. Tip 5, visualize your support team. One of the most common practices for me was visualizing my birth team. One of my clients shared with me that she would close her eyes and imagine her partner holding her hand, her doula rubbing her back, and her midwife speaking softly with reassuring words. She told me that just picturing them gave her peace even before labor began. So your step is simple. Visualize who you want by your side. Maybe it's your partner, a doula, a trusted friend, your caregiver, a midwife, nurse, or doctor. Seeing them around you, supporting you, loving you. How does that feel? Notice how your body feels as you imagine the scene. Can you feel a little more calm just by picturing it? Does it encourage you? Is there someone else that would bring more calm and safety into that scene? Add them to your circle. Now, I often hear people saying you should spend the same care and energy preparing for your birth as you would for a wedding or a once-in-a-lifetime vacation. Think about that. When we plan a wedding or a big trip, we pay attention to every detail. We want the location, the people, and the experience to feel right because it's a day we'll never forget. Birth is the same. It's a day you will carry with you for the rest of your life. The people you choose to support you and the place you give birth make an enormous difference. Too often I hear people say, for my first birth, I'll just go whatever is convenient. Maybe the provider I've seen as a GYN or the hospital closest to home, and next time I'll explore more options. But imagine if you said that about your wedding or a dream vacation. This time, I'll just do what's convenient, keep other people happy. Next time, I'll plan the experience as I really want it. That doesn't feel right, does it? So don't settle for second best when it comes to your birth. You deserve a birthplace and a team who sees you, hears you, listens to you, and who you include respectfully in all decisions and discussions. You want to be a part of every decision. You don't want anything done to you or your baby without feeling safe, respected, understanding your options and being a part of that decision. And yes, sometimes that means investing a little more time, whether it's choosing a birth center, a home birth, or a doula, or it might even be a little more money. It might be worth foregoing next year's vacation or another expense if possible to create the birth you deeply desire, because these memories will stay with you far longer than any trip ever could. And this will have an impact on both you and your baby's emotional and physical health and well-being. So there you go. Those are 5 gentle steps you can start today. Research one comfort tool. Spend a few minutes journaling. Education is power. Learn something new about gentle, pleasurable birth. Notice how you feel about your birthplace and explore other options if needed. And visualize your support team. Make sure you're inviting the people that will surround you with their confidence and trust in you and in birth. These are just a few of the 25 gentle steps you'll find in my free guide, 25 Gentle Steps to a Pleasurable, Loving Birth. If you don't have it yet, you can grab it through the link in the show notes. It's my gift to you. And if you're feeling ready to go deeper, that's exactly what my online program, Pleasurable Birth Essentials, is all about. Inside, we go beyond these small steps and explore things deeper, like creating a peaceful birth environment, what I call birth ambiance, more tips in choosing providers, really understanding your options and how being a part of decision making about your body and your baby is so important. We'll help you build a circle and a community of support, and we go way deeper into finding comfort and pleasure measures for both first stage and second stage. There's so much more that we guide you in so you feel truly ready, loved, prepared, and empowered for birth. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you'll check out our Pleasurable Birth Essentials. If you've got our free guide, or when you do download our free guide, I'd love to hear from you. What tip was your favorite? What guided you the most to create a gentle, pleasurable birth in any setting, no matter what birth asks of you and your baby? So let's take one more deep breath. And remember, you are strong, you are loved, and you are already preparing beautifully for your birth. I look forward to having you join us next week for the next episode of the Orgasmic Birth Podcast.